Good. Great morning, grade 12. We are continuing with the financial mathematics module. Welcome back. We'll be continuing from number 2. Yesterday we looked at number 1. No? And I also recorded, for those of you who weren't able to be in school, I recorded the video so you can go watch there on your own time. We are also welcoming our fellow classmates who are not so fortunate to be with us today. Majikula, they say when tough times or when tough get, what is it? When times get tough, no? The tough get going. Alright, so you guys are the tough people here. So if you are not here, comment if you are tough enough. Just comment down in the comment sections below. Alright, Madhu. Today's video is sponsored by Madhu there. Madhu is sponsoring today's video. Alright. You know it's tough times now. We're talking about financials, financial mathematics, and very interesting topic that can be helpful, I think, to you in future. This is probably one of the most helpful topics that you can use after school if you're not going into the field of mathematics, no? To work out loans and investments and stuff like that. Right, let's start with the work. They tell me, yeah, I remember we started with this one, we didn't finish. Number 2, the cost of a lorry is 750. The value of this lorry depreciates on a reducing balance per annum. All right, that word is quite important. The 750,000 is important, no? What else? And then they say reducing balance, that's quite important because then we know which formula we are using. All right, and then they say the price of the new lorry is expected to increase. Oh, 5 years is the time. All right, so 5 years will be in. The price of the new lorry is expected to increase by 11.5% per annum. This all sounds very familiar, no? So those of us who were here, we did it yesterday. Those of us who are joining, I want you to do this on your own. As you can see, it's also on the screen. Try it on your own and fill in the answer that you got with the comment in the comment section below. So that means we will be going on to number 2.3. All right, number 2.3. That they ask us now calculate. So please, guys at home, write number 2.1 and 2.2's answers in the comments below with your name so that we can see, and we will tell you whether you have the right or the wrong answer there. Now at number 2.3, they ask us calculate the percentage increase in the cost of the lorry in 5 years. All right, that is the one that we are looking at now. So let me just get my stuff here. All right, so the increase can be worked out by using the part of the formula A is equals to P 1 plus I to the power of n. No? But we want to work out what was the increase. By how much did it increase? Now, how many years did it increase there? Let's just go back to the question there. The lorry, calculate the percentage of increased cost. The percentage of increased cost. All right. Calculate the percentage increase in the cost of the lorry in 5 years. What was the lorry? What is the current price of the lorry? Let's start from 750. Okay. 750,000. And this grows to? We are supposed to start with the previous answer. What did we get there? 1.2. Is it that answer? Just hold on there. All right, we're going to come back to that question there at number 2.3. We're looking at number 2.4 now. It asks us calculate the amount that must be invested to the monthly into a sinking fund. Sinking fund, what does that tell me? I'm going to use the F formula, the future formula, all right, and then to cover the replacement cost of the lorry in 5 years' time, if the interest paid in the financial institution is 12% per annum, compounded monthly, payments are made at the end of each month. All right, so let's go write down the important information given to us here. The important information, we know we're going to use the F formula. No? Do we have the replacement value? I think the replacement value is that of, remember we're going to buy a bus in 5 years' time. All right, so it was that 1.2 million, but we said we're going to replace with a 4, so it's going to be this amount minus the 430. So that 430 is actually your deposit. Now here, that means, can I just get that amount again? It's this 8, it's 1 million, this amount, 1.2 million. Now. It is the value that we used yesterday at 2.2. Yeah. 862515, comma 03. All right, so that's the value that we're using there. No? What else is what is the other information that we're given here? Majikula? I, is I given to us? Yes. It is there the 12% compounded monthly. No? So we're going to divide by 12. Sorry, 0.12. Thank you. Then N is 5 times 12. Then what else? What is the other information that we have? That's all information now. And then we're going to work, we need to calculate the installments, the monthly installments. So that variable that we need to calculate is the X. All right, now let's go write down our formula. What does my formula look like? F is equals to, Kazimla is helping us out here. Let's help him. F is equals to X bracket, another bracket, 1 plus I to the power of n minus 1 over I. All right. Now you can do your substitution here. It's nothing wrong with it. But we know what we want to determine here is x. So before I'm going to do my substitution, I'm going to write it as where x is the subject of this. All right, Madhu. So that means I'm going to say x. This is going to be f times I all over bracket 1 plus I bracket 1 plus I to the power of n minus 1, like that. All right, now I'm going to do my substitution. So Miss Mini, I'm going to substitute. My F value is that 862,515,03 cents that I'm going to multiply with the interest rate, which is 0.12 divided by 12. That's actually 0.1. No? But it's fine for the purpose of this explanation. You don't have to work that out. You can just type it all into your calculator. Then we're going to say in the denominator we have 1 plus 0.12. Once again, it's actually 0.1 divided by 12. You should simplify that, and that 5 times 12 is equals to 60. So to the power of 60 there, and then minus 1 right there, and we get our answer. We go to our calculator, all right, and then we type that into your calculator, Kira. Have you done that? All right, let's listen. What did you get? 0.02. All right, that's the right amount. If you work with these values, 10,000 561, comma 02. That is the monthly installment. So for the next 5 years, if they want to replace the bus, they will need to pay that amount, no, into a sinking fund, and in the sinking fund, they will then be able to get in 5 years' time that amount. Now let's just see, if you don't put it into a bank or into a savings account, investment account, sinking fund account, if you multiply this amount times with 60, are you going to get close to that 860? Just for curiosity, no? And that's how interests work. What do you get if you just go save it there in the couch at home? Hmm? 600. So we off by a 200, no? And that's actually the interest that we're going to get over the next 5 years if we do the monthly installments or deposits into the bank right there. Right. Everyone is good with that. Let's continue now to question number 3. Determine how many years it will take for the value of a car to decrease to 50% of its original value if the rate of depreciation based on the reducing balance method is 19% per annum. All right. So this is actually quite a straightforward one. We're going to use which formula? Reducing balance. All right, so reducing balance is this one where we say A is equals to P, 1 minus I to the power of N. So let's go check now what is all of the variables given to us that we can make out there. Anyone wants to help me? Mzanzi? We're at number 3, eh? All right, so do we know what is the original price? We don't know, but they say it's going to be 50%. So if the value of P is P, if P stays P, this is going to be 50% of P, which actually half. So that means A is equals to half of P. P stays P. All right. Then what else is given to us? 19,5 is I. How is that compounded? Just normal compounding per annum. All right, so there was no division. So that's 19. That's 0, 195. Thank you. And then that's all. All right, so we're supposed to do calculate for n. N is the unknown that we need to calculate. So let's go do our substitution. That's going to be half of P. You didn't have to write that P down there. And then P, 1 minus I, 1 minus 0, 195 to the power of n. I'm going to take that P over, so that's going to be half of P divided by P. That P cancelled out, so I'm still left with a half. And then I'm going to have, sit meneer, dankie, 1 minus 0, 195 to the power of n. Alright, so this becomes now that P and that P cancelled out. That's equals to a half is equals to, you can simplify this here, alright, or you can go straight to your calculator and type it in. Now we have the n in the exponent, but that is the thing that we want to solve. So how can we use, what do we use here? Earlier this year we looked at log. Alright, so now we're going to use log. We're going to write it as log of, that is the base, it's 1. You could have written Mzanzi, Miss Future World. You have the answer there for the simplified. 0, 805. Alright, and then a half right there. You can type that into your calculator and then we are supposed to get a value of Clarence's daughter. Anyone? What do you get? 3,195. If we were supposed to round it off to two decimal places, it will be 3,2. All right. How can we test our values? 3,2 years. No, that's just estimated now. 3,2 years. How can we test our answer? If we do the substitution there and we use this value, the exact value that we have there, not the rounded off value, and we substitute that value there, we're supposed to get the half of that. Okay, so you can compare that, and that's question number 3's answer. Thank you. Now we're going on to question number 4. Dani bought a car for 170,000. Must be a Honda. He paid a deposit of 5% and took a loan for the balance at a fixed interest rate of 11% per annum compounded monthly for 5 years. 4.1. If the first repayments is at the end of the first month, what will his monthly repayment be? Now, repayments of loans and stuff is normally at the end of the month. So there's no alternative to this. Is just your straight P formula that we're going to use. But before we use the P formula, there's a few stuff that we need to calculate first. No? And what is that few things that we have to do? Look at that. They say is he buys the car. So the cost price of the car is 170,000. All right. So it's 170,000. Is he going to pay? Is going to require the full amount from the bank? No. He makes up the 5%. So if you want to work out what is the loan amount, what are we going to do? We're going to say 170,000. We need to work out 5% of that. Or what is the other way that we said yesterday? You can divide this by 100 and multiply it by, what is, by 95. Divide by what you have. No, this is 100%. And what do we want? We want 95%. So then you also get, what is that value then? 161, 500, just like that. Okay. Then what do we need to work out? We need to work out x. No? Let's fill in our variables. Now we're going to use the which formula? The present value formula. All right, because that's the amount. He's going to require this amount of 161,500 rand from the bank to buy his new Honda. All right, so we know, we're just going to finish this one, no? And then I'm going to give you a few more pages that you can do a revision on as you have Miss Sister sent it. She was not supposed to send you guys that timetable because, or you guys are getting the timetable, but it's actually just 2 weeks. So we're working against time now, and I want you to start doing a revision for paper 1 and paper 2, no, because we are running out of time. All right, let's quickly do this. Are you here after break as well? All right, then we continue after the interval. It's fine then.